Philip to Evelyn, 4 March 1945. Dearest Evie, still very busy in the orderly room, and the work keeps coming faster than we can get it out. There are a number of things to be done that I just can't seem to find the time for. My remedy for that is to take care of the more pressing things first and let the others wait until I can get to them. For instance, I usually have the company history finished by this time of the month, but one thing and another that had to be done earlier than the 5th, when the history is due, kept popping up, with the result that I'll probably have to put in a few hours on it tonight in order to meet the deadline tomorrow. The hell of it is that I don't get paid for time and a half for overtime. Hell, I don't even get paid for overtime. The foregoing should serve to explain why I'm writing V-mail tonight. Received your disgustipated letter of 1920, February, just now, which, outside of taking issue with the post office authorities, tells me next to nothing. However, there were two things I might comment on. The first was the information that you have taught the pumpkin to say her prayers before going to bed. That's nice, sweet, and you can thank her for me for remembering her daddy in her prayers. Tell her that her dad prays for her too. The second item. Yes, I too read that Seymour's ship is at Iwo Jima. Bet he'll have some exciting stories to tell someday. There was a very teasing birthday greeting from Dot and Snuff, too, and it made me wonder if they realized how close to the truth it hit. I do wish I could find a few moments to dash off a few lines to them. For your sake, honey, I'm wishing that the delivery of mail improves. For my part, I am doing my very best to write daily, however little time I have for it. Well, Chippy, I must sign off now, so give my love to all, and remember always that you, my darling, are the embodiment of everything that is precious and dear to your adoring Phil. Evelyn to Philip, March 5th, 1945. Dearest Phil, Ed took the typewriter over to the house to catch up on his correspondence, hence the penmanship. No mail from you. My last one was dated February 14th, but there was a card from Rose Brand. I had returned the pink dress and socks she gifted Adele with, and today I received a royal blue sundress and white socks in larger sizes. The sundress will come in handy during the summer. Jack Gutkin is home on furlough due to Betty's death, but has to return to England on March 16th. I understand that Ben Genshaft will have to go into the army. Mom and I went to the Lindley last night and saw Tall in the Saddle with John Wayne and Ella Raines. It was a regular rootin' tootin' cowboy picture, but it made good entertainment and we both enjoyed it. I also heard that Bob Lieberman is taking singing lessons. The pen I am using does not write, it scratches, and I'm having a time getting this written. Tonight is 19 months since I saw you, and I miss you so much. I love you so much, sweet. A hug and a kiss from Adele, and one from your Ev. Goldie Strongman to Phil, March 5th, 1945. Dear Phil, tonight I am in a writing mood and decided to sit down and write to my two brother-in-laws. Harry decided to go to the Lindley to see Tall in the Saddle, and I thought I would stay home and write. We are all well at home and hope that you are in good health. Mom right now is listening to the radio to Gracie Allen and George Burns, and I can hear her laughing all the way in the kitchen. Ev is doing a little washing, and the two little darling girls are sleeping. Oh, how quiet it is with them sleeping. Adele is quite a young lady, as you will see from the recent pictures of her. She is so sweet that you can eat her up. She speaks very nicely and understands everything. She likes Diana, and Diana likes her. Tonight Ev was in her room giving Adele a glass of milk, and Ev was singing. All of a sudden, Adele stops drinking and says to Ev, "Keep still, Mommy, Diana is sleeping." We don't see too much of Adele as she is most of the time over to Mrs. Powler. Diana is almost 9 months and a little darling. Everybody says she looks like your father. She is very clever for her age and understands everything. She loves Adele and keeps looking after her. We ask her where is the light, and she looks up to the ceiling light. She knows who everyone is. I can keep on writing and writing about the 2 little Strongen girls, but I hope this war ends darn soon so that you can come home and see for yourself. I am enclosing a picture of Diana and myself that I had taken in the home. Everything is the same here. Ev keeps you well posted with the latest news. Harry is doing fairly well at his gas station. I will close now with best regards and fondest love from all here. Love, Goldie. Philip to Evelyn, 5 March 1945. My own darling, some very nice things happened to me today, and I'm in a better humor as a result than I have been for weeks. First, I got a lot of work done, although there is still plenty to do. Then, early in the afternoon, 4 bags of packages came in. Among them were 2 packages for me. The first contained my shoes, and the second the candy, gum, film, and those scrumptious pin-ups. Thanks a million for everything, darling. I'll certainly make good use of everything. And if I can find a 620 camera, I'll take some snaps and send them along to you. Don't, by the way, send any more cigarettes, baby, because we get 7 packs a week now, which is about 3 more than I smoke. Later in the afternoon, the first-class mail arrived, and with it, your V-mail of 22nd February. On that day, sweet, you took Adele to Lorson to have her picture made, and I don't have to tell you how happy I was to learn it. Your description of the pumpkin's attire and her behavior at the photographer's made very pleasant reading. Naturally, I'll be looking forward eagerly to the letter that will bring the proofs. However, I was greatly disappointed that you didn't see fit to grant my request to have your own picture made at the same time. Don't you realize, honey, that the pumpkin's picture will make me feel the lack of yours the more keenly? I'm sure I asked you on more than one occasion to have your own picture taken whenever you got Adele to the studio. I'm hoping that you did so and only refrained from mentioning it because you want it to come as a surprise. Am I hoping in vain? I wonder. I'm still waiting the opportunity to get 2 things done. To visit Bert and Evelyn, and 2, to write to Mom, Jack S., Jack N., Dot, Mike, Lil, Gloria, etc., etc. Maybe soon the war will be over and I'll have time to do those things. I hope. At any rate, the news is such these days that it's not without the bounds of reason. Just room enough and time enough to tell you the old story, which I trust you will never tire of hearing. I love you, my adorable Evie. A kiss for the pumpkin. My love to all. Your Phil, always.